what?
Say what?
Hey, what?
Say
Hey.
what?
Welcome to No Dunks. I'm Tas Mellis here with my colleagues, Skeets, Trey, Leigh, and JD. Welcome as well to Say What, because it's a nod to NBA broadcasters. Because those crews we listen to on a nightly basis, they're talented, they're entertaining, and they say some of the darndest stuff. What will happen here is JD and I will act out conversations from the broadcast teams that may or may not have actually happened. They're so wild, it can be hard to tell. It's your job, Skeets, Trey, and Leigh, to determine if the conversation we're having actually happened or is totally made up. If it's real, we'll hear the actual game soundbite as well.
Okay.
Are we ready?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Are any of these broadcast crews hate watching their games? Do we know?
Always.
We'll find out, maybe.
Always. Okay.
They're always.
Okay.
No Daryl Morey's here. Daryl was right, but actually, we got a little Rockets tie-in for the first one. Up first, it's the Rockets Nuggets in the Pepsi Center last month. It's Denver's frequently say-whatted duo of Chris Marlowe and one-time NBA champ Scott Hastings. I'll play Marlowe. JD will be Hastings. Grant's shot is off. Jeremy can't hit that wrong-footed lay-in he likes so much.
At least he's taking it to the hole.
Nuggets up 6, halfway through the second. These Rockets also bringing the energy. Harden finds Daniel House, that's off, and it's out of bounds.
Off who?
They're giving it to the Rockets. They are telling Jokic he was out of bounds when he touched it.
Can you challenge that? I was watching the other, and Jokic was close.
Well, you can challenge, but I doubt Coach Malone wants to use his challenge this early in the game.
What about a video review? They review everything.
No review, you know that. Just a challenge available. Was he on the baseline? Looks like that size 17 is close to stepping on it. Sort of hovering.
Not a chance.
But it's close. It's definitely over top of the line if it's not touching it.
Sometimes you just gotta go with your gut, Chris.
Well, I'm going with the video. And you got what you wanted, Scott. Malone is challenging it.
He shouldn't have to waste his challenge on this.
They'll take a look at this and Secaucus, you are frisky tonight.
Oh my goodness. I just want to get on with it.
You know the sponsor of this building, Pepsi? They just bought Bee and Cheery today. That's a message for you.
Bee and Cheery? Do you mean Bee and Cherry?
No. Cheery. Bee and Cheery is the name.
I think that's a typo.
I did not misread that. But there was a mistake on the court. Call overturned. Nuggets ball.
I don't want to say I told you so.
But you will.
I told you so.
6-point game. End scene.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know if they're actually like sort of stopping reading halfway through.
The typo part was
I'm
really like another layer.
Yeah,
Of like, wait, is that JD and Tas talking to each other
Yeah.
now, or are they still in character? And is this even real to begin with? Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Sometimes you can get thrown off by the sounds of the game
Yeah,
as well, right?
yeah.
Usually
True.
it would go quiet if they were doing a video challenge, but sometimes, you hear a little squeaking.
Yeah, it's a canned sound. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah,
No,
no, that's
I'm
fine.
not insulting you, JD. That was a good read. It was a really good read.
Thank you.
Good start.
Hang on, is this still part of it? Or are we on?
I will say that it felt real because I actually I legit started to zone out.
Definitely.
And I'm like, as if I was just watching a broadcast, and they were, whether it's real or not, arguing about a thing that you hear broadcast crews complain about a lot, the challenge and all that, and when to use it, and why are we slowing it down. So I guess my gut says real.
Yeah, I kind of
but
agree.
a weird one, sort of.
I feel like I went to the kitchen and got a snack during that
Yeah.
somewhat. So I'll go real as
Yeah.
well.
Marlowe and
a lot
Hast-
of detail.
Yeah.
Marlowe and Hastings are up a lot, and they're often real, so I'm going real.
Yeah, okay, we're going real. Oh my God.
Feisty Scott Hastings. We really played the character
You
there,
did.
JD. Next,
You wrote that. Or just somebody
Yeah.
wrote that. It's amazing.
God wrote it through my hands.
It's amazing.
Jokic really got a size 17 shoe?
Nah, I just made that up. I took a
I
guess.
thought it was legit.
Might be bigger, actually, wouldn't it?
Could be.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess my gut would say it's bigger, but
It's a big old sweaty shoe that he's got, I'm sure.
Oh, that big, beautiful body.
Maybe
He's got a beautiful body.
Does he?
Yeah.
It's that category? Wow, he fits into big, beautiful body.
Oh,
Anybody
yeah.
fits into big,
I know.
beautiful body.
No,
then.
not anybody, but he does.
okay, which NBA
Who
player
doesn't?
does not have a big, beautiful body?
Current or retired?
Any
Oliver Miller.
See what?
No, it's way different. It's way different.
Yeah, it's a way different body, but
Yeah, he's big and chunky, and Jokic is smooth and.
all right.
You're crazy.
So weird.
Next up, it's the same duo, guys.
Oh no.
Oh,
These
God.
guys can't help but be entertaining. This time, Denver hosting the Raptors just a few days ago. JD and I will switch roles. He's Marlowe. I'm Hastings.
Jeez.
Oh man.
Pass to Nikola Jokic. Basket counts. Foul. The Joker's doing some work early in this game.
Great pass and cut. Watch Boucher here. Gets him in the Dula Oblongata. Gets the and one.
Gets him in the what?
It's a Bobby Boucher reference. Look at that pass. Right there, right over Thomas's head, around the pressure. Boucher's got pressure. And see.
Wow, quickie. Wow. Okay.
Raptors were there on Sunday. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
they got
Yes.
hammered.
Yeah,
I was watching the Raps broadcast, so yeah, you got that capability with League Pass, and I'm always going with my boys, my Devlins and my
Hello.
Jacks and my Leos when possible.
It can't be back-to-back fakies, surely.
Why not with him? Why wouldn't that man right beside you, Tas Mellis?
Crazy, though. That's
He
crazy. He would never do that.
He would think
He would never
that
do
you
that.
would think
That's
that.
crazy.
which
And
is
by
why he
mixing
would
up
do-
him and JD for the second one.
Yeah, why'd he do that? Why'd they do that?
So I think this is the double switcheroo, though. He's like trying to throw you off the track, but it's actually real.
Okay, so you're
Double,
saying
double
this one
switch.
is
Yeah.
you're saying this one is real.
Real, yes.
You're reading my Dula Oblongata.
Trey, go ahead.
I'm just trying to think if anybody has made a Bobby Boucher reference in The Office that'll be kicking around in Tass's brain, you know?
Right, I don't remember it, to be honest.
Same.
Yeah.
But I'm also just kind of thinking about the water boy 24/7 regardless. So it's hard to say. I think it's real as well. The double fakie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's
I
never
don't
been
know.
done.
But I don't know. Look at this guy. He's trying to throw us off again.
Is this a triple fake?
Yeah, see now this is a triple fake.
triple fakie?
Well, you guys have ultimately made our decision here because we got 2 out of 3.
Right.
But I, for the record, will say it was fake.
Okay.
Okay. So they're saying real though. We're saying real. Oh, okay. Good. Way to go, guys.
Pass and cut. And watch Boucher gets him in the medulla oblongata. Gets the hand one.
What?
It's a Bobby Boucher reference. Look at that pass right there, right over Thomas's head.
He's got the crazy voice too.
It's a Bobby Boucher reference. Duh.
Thank you, Scott Hastings, for that one. Next, we go to Atlanta. It's the Hawks crew of Bob Rathbun and Dominique Wilkins as they host the Mavs. I'll play Rathbun, and JD will be the human highlight film. 26-17, Seth takes a look at Dedmon, hits it off the high glass. Boban right there to stuff it in.
Boban, all he has to do is get up on his tiptoes to put that back in. He's so long.
At 7'4", the NBA's tallest player. Moving in, Reddish, the jump stop, and Boban got him with the body.
If Boban just stands there with his hands up, Reddish has a very tough shot to make. If he just keeps his hands up, you see a high hand goes on the shoulder of Cam Reddish. All he can do is just put his hands up in the air.
Now that would make for a good song. Put your hands in the air.
You know what? We should work on that.
Even got a fist bump from Andre on that one.
Oh, you get a fist bump off from Andre anytime, no matter what you say.
Please, work with me.
I mean, he's a homer. Come on.
Work with me. Stop it. And scene.
Okay, first off, if you're just listening to the Say What podcast, whatever you do for this one in particular, make sure you go check out the YouTube video to see what happened, where Lee was so zoned out. That's why there was a good, 10 seconds of silence while Taz was waiting for a fist bump still in character.
Yeah, this is a podcast. I was thinking as I was hanging there in midair, you know what? We'll cut that out. We'll even, JD will be forced to cut that out of the YouTube version, but no way.
That's staying in.
I thought he was setting it up for an and scene.
Yeah.
That's what I was. So
Oh, like I was keeping my hand in the air.
Yeah, and then it was like,
Wow.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, yeah.
watch this clip, I'm telling you. Wow.
No, it was actually Bob Rathbun getting a fist bump from sideline reporter Andre Aldridge because of a good line. Because he said, that sounds like a good song. Put your hands in the air.
God.
So Andre Aldridge is sitting beside Rathbun and says, nice, Bobby. Hit me up. And then Neek's saying, come on. He'll fist bump anybody.
So this must be real,
Yeah,
or
it has
either
to be.
Tas has now created the visual to go along with the fake one.
I wonder then if it is real, if we can find it maybe on the broadcast. Would it be there somewhere? No, probably not.
You
I
want to
guess.
go back and check his work?
But think about this for a second. If this is fake, now Tas is telling us, making it seem very, very legit that he's visualizing the fist
Yeah.
bump and all that. He's taking it next level if this is fake.
Unless somebody else sent this one in and said, hey, Tas,
I mean,
add this in as well. Because we know that if you send it in, transcribed and everything, it gets in the show.
That's totally true. That's 100% true.
I am going to go real because I will just be utterly blown away if he's now creating the visual element to go with the fake transcript. So I'm going to go real.
This is my first opportunity to be able to use the visual element because JD just put
I've
us
been
on
waiting. It's a
YouTube.
great
I
point.
have been waiting, and I
That's a
dream
great
of
point.
Bob Rathbun and Dominique Wilkins.
This is too real. I'm going fake. It's
Okay.
too real.
Trey gets to
Oh,
decide.
interesting. Huh. I can't imagine there are stage directions for this. So that's why I'm thinking it's real. I also do remember a Boban putback dunk against the Hawks.
Yeah.
Give me a real.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes.
Good job.
That would make for a good song. Put your hands in the air.
You know what? We should work on that.
Even got a fist bump from Andre on that one.
Well, you get a fun fist bump anytime with Andre, okay? No matter what you say.
Oh, please. Work with me. 28-19.
I mean, he's a homer. I mean, come on.
Stop it.
That's an awesome drop right there. Ah, please work with me.
Yeah, that's definitely an underrated part of that one.
Yeah.
Bob is upset that Dominique didn't big him up for that for that line.
For that timely reference.
Thanks to me for watching that game.
Oh.
Trey was also watching that game. Oh, I forgot to thank the contributor from the previous one as well. Oh, thanks to me again. That was me watching.
Oh, wow. You've been
watching
doing a lot
Denver,
of work.
Toronto.
You've been doing a lot of work this week.
Next up, we're talking candy. And not the candy man, Michael Olowokandi, although this is the Clippers duo of Brian Seaman and Corey Maggette as they visit Phoenix. I'll be Seaman. JD will play Maggette. Ricky Rubio fouled by Leonard, and now Rubio will go to the free throw line. Foul on Leonard is his third. You say you're going to a movie tomorrow. Here's the question of the day. Are you familiar with a candy called licorice? Do you know what licorice is? I know you don't eat any of that. Are you a Red Vine guy, or are you a Twizzler guy? Our relationship depends on this answer, Corey.
We know that you love red vines.
No!
You love red vines. You love both.
I would rather eat candle wax than eat a red vine.
What? You've never had Twizzlers or red vines on the plane? You've never had that?
I don't eat red vines.
At all?
I've had them because I was, in dire need of nutrition.
You're saying you've never had red vines.
Oh, they didn't have candle wax available. The only fruit intake I get is Twizzlers. While LeBron was munching on them on the bench, eating red vines, that's what sparked this whole conversation. Booker to the free throw line, Clippers up 8.
Man, he was just munching on them.
You haven't answered the question.
What's the question?
I just asked you, what would you rather have?
Red vines or Twizzlers?
Yeah.
I actually like them both.
Kale salad is not an option for you on this one. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I like them both. If I'm going to the movies.
Oh, that is the worst answer.
No, it's not. You know why? Let me explain it to you. And this is what Shaq didn't tell everybody. Because you go to a certain movie theater, and that movie theater might have red vines, and you might go to another movie theater, and they might have Twizzlers. It depends. If it's a Regal or an AMC or or whatever else is going on.
I'm smuggling in Twizzlers. End of story. Kawhi Leonard with a couple free throws. Clippers by 10. 2 minutes to play. When's the last time you had a carbohydrate? 2004?
I'm literally eating a pretzel right now.
And scene. Clippers duo. Seaman and Corey Maggette.
I was confused. What was the Shaq part?
Yeah,
Why
the
did
Shaq part, the
cut
Shaq
up?
interjection. It's
Okay.
worth throwing you for a loop.
Okay. I think it's fake.
Real? I think it's real because of the whole the red vines Twizzlers.
Well, in their reenactment there, if it is real, there was like they slipped it in. Booker was at the line, and then not long after, it felt like I don't know, maybe more time had elapsed, but then suddenly Kawhi Leonard was at the line. I mean, obviously it could go back and forth, but I don't know. That part caught threw me for a loop a little bit. I was like, that may be written in there to make us these guys are just talking about red vines and Twizzlers. I'm going fake.
Yeah, this is tough. The length of it makes me think fake. Hearing the different movie theater brands makes me think fake because I think that those ones are also here in Atlanta. A Regal and an AMC. For sure an AMC is give me fake.
Yeah, well, let's go fake.
Well, Lee, you were right. You were right. Holy.
Are you familiar with a candy called licorice? Do you know what licorice is? I know you don't eat this. Are you a Red Vine guy or are you a Twizzler guy? Our relationship depends on this answer, Corey.
We know that you love red vines.
No.
You love red vines. You love both Twizzlers.
I would rather eat candle wax than eat a red vine.
What? You've never had Twizzlers or red vines on a plane? You've never had that?
I don't eat red vines.
At all?
I've had them because I was like in dire need of nutrition.
Well, you just said you never had any red vines, but
they didn't have candle wax available.
Is it nutrition for you, or like?
It's the only fruit intake I get are Twizzlers.
You know what? I think you're talking about this whole Shaq thing that I saw the other day. He was talking about red vines and Twizzlers.
Well, LeBron was munching on them on the bench. This is how it sparked the conversation. As Leonard will go to the free throw line, Clippers by 8.
Man, he was munching on.
You haven't answered the question.
What's the question?
I just asked you. What would you rather have?
Red vines or Twizzlers?
Yeah.
I actually like them
Kale
both.
salad is not an option for you on this one. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I like them both. If I'm going to the movies.
Oh, that is the worst answer.
No, it's not. You know why? Let me explain to you. And this is what Shaq didn't tell everybody. Because you can go to a certain movie theater, and that movie theater might have red vines. And then you go to another movie theater that might have Twizzlers. So it depends on if it's a Regal or AMC or whatever else is going on.
I'm smuggling in Twizzlers, end of story. Kawhi Leonard with a couple of free throws. Clippers by 10. 2 minutes to play. When was the last time you had a carbohydrate? 2004?
No, I'm literally eating a pretzel right now.
Wow, they went on.
Yeah, they sure did. Yeah, a couple notes. I guess the Clippers duo is as bored as the Clippers are sometimes.
Sure.
This is literally a
10-point
game, though.
Yeah.
It's not a blowout
Wow.
by any means. 2 minutes left. They float in and out of focus, I suppose, Seaman and Maggette. One other note. I cut out the portion where they mentioned Shaq the first time, so that did make it a little shorter.
Okay.
Maybe your idea of the free throws happening too quick. No, it wasn't that long a line, but
Okay.
But yeah, Maggette jumped over to the Shaq thing because I guess Shaq, he must have read the aggregation about LeBron talking about it and talked about it himself on some platform or something. So that's what happened. So I don't know if that's a confusion for anybody out there.
I will say the reason I really did lean towards it being fake is because that line of him saying, I would rather eat earwax, to me is something
Candle wax.
Sorry, candle wax. Yeah, that's
About the same.
About the same, but is that sounds like something exactly like you would say.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tas would say that. I swear to God. Like if you didn't like a red vine or a Twizzler or something, I can hear you saying that out loud. So I was like, oh, okay, he wrote it down. But nope.
Sometimes I interject my thought process for sure, just to throw you guys off.
Like,
But
tough, man.
I'm
It's
getting
tough.
killed here today.
But
I'm way off.
I'm just like Brian Seaman, I guess. We're in the same headspace. Thanks to Ahmed Patel and Nate/Moth of Australia, both on Twitter for sending that one in. Got 2 suggestions for that long red vine Twizzlers debate, which we had ourselves. Mm-hmm. It's a blast. Next, we all get a little cultured. It's Ala Abdinalbi of the 76ers broadcast who teaches us something, and his partner, Mark Zumoff, who learns it. As Philly hosts the Hawks, JD will play Zumoff, I'll play Abdinalbi.
Under 2 minutes left in the first half. Embiid wants it against Fernando. All hands on deck for the Hawks. There's the double as expected. Nice ball movement. Korkmaz hits the 3. Yes, and the foul. Cam Reddish, the rookie, his 3rd. Korkmaz looking for the 4-point play.
Good spacing again. We've seen another example of the 76ers moving the ball around. Nice little pump fake. Reddish, the defender, and Sultan Furkan the first for 3.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it rolls off the tongue. I don't know if you really name the first guy the first. You just say Sultan Furkan, but it rolls. So I'm going with the alliteration.
So, is that his actual name?
Furkan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Sultan.
No, Sultan's a title.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
it's a title.
I did not know.
Yep.
Sure, of course, I knew that.
Yes. And scene.
Oh, this is tough. I was just at Tass's house and we watched Aladdin. There's a Sultan in Aladdin.
Wow.
There's a lot of Sultan drama.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
fake.
boy.
I think it's fake. I think it's created, this one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh man, I don't know though. Yeah, I guess my gut does say fake too, but you're going fake as well.
I'm going fake as well.
All right.
Sultan is in there. Furkan is in there.
Yeah.
It definitely sounds like me.
Holy moly.
Sultan Furkan the first for 3.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it rolls off the tongue. I don't know if you really name the first guy the first. You just say Sultan Furkan, but it rolls, so I'm going with the alliteration.
So is that his actual name?
Furkan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Sultan.
Well, no, Sultan's
Yeah.
a title.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
I did
Sultan's
not
a
know.
title.
I did not know.
Yes.
Sure, of course, I knew that.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Abdel Albi from Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's the Sultan in Aladdin? Is that the little chubby guy? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
The dad?
Yeah, the dad.
Of
Jasmine's dad.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the Sultan, eh? I like that little guy.
Yeah, good guy. You know, he has a little tough stretch there when Jafar finally gets hold of the lamp. No spoilers, but turns it around.
I like how he looks though.
Thanks to Adam McMonigal on Twitter for that sending that one in. McMonigal, you sound like a sultan. You sound like you're from nobility, Adam McMonigal. Just wearing a little McMonigal on your face. All right. And final Say What adventure. Bucks visiting the Pistons. Milwaukee's Jim Paschke and Marquez Johnson talk one of the worst trades ever, and fatherhood as well. JD will play Paschke. I'll be Johnson.
DiVincenzo goes and gets that rebound.
That's where Dante is so valuable. Weak side rebounder, showing the athleticism. He and Pat Connaughton both do an outstanding job of that.
There's a new father sitting right in front of us. Brooke Lopez in the paint.
Papagiannis?
Papa Giannis. Waiting to get back in the game. Antetokounmpo has 17 points, 12 rebounds. He has played just 16 minutes. Middleton with a near pick of Tony Snell.
Only bit of advice I can give him is get some sleep when you can.
The road all of a sudden will become your friend.
The road is your best buddy. Plane rides, all that.
Delay of game called against Milwaukee. The foul called on Brooke Lopez.
It's just amazing when you have a new kid, new son, not a goat. New son, just a new child. You know, that energy, those positive vibes, the energy, the excitement. It's like nature's way of kind of making up for the loss of sleep. You're seeing it tonight. I don't see any drop-off whatsoever in the way he's performing.
Chris Middleton is 4 for 4 on threes. The 13th straight game that he has made 2 or more.
He's got a baby daughter, Audrielle. Chris Middleton, who's probably, 7, 8 months old at this point? So he's not getting a whole lot of sleep himself.
Yep, that occurred during the playoffs. So 13 games for Chris Middleton with 2 or more threes. He's had a run of 14 in his career with 2 or more. Eric Bledsoe, 14 straight. The Bucks' record for that type of streak is 17 by Ray Allen. Ray Allen with 17 games of 2 or more straight threes during the 01-02 season. And if Bucks fans remember, and they probably don't want to, 17 years ago tonight, Ray Allen was traded to the Seattle Supersonics for Gary Payton.
Oh, that's really impacted you. You've mentioned that you get some sort of emotion
It's
going.
the worst deal in Bucks history.
Every time you mention that trade, you just can't help but get a little
It's
emotion.
the worst trade deadline deal in NBA history.
You got the glove, Gary Payton.
For 28 whole games.
Well, it was like a weightlifting glove with the holes in it. Just a temporary glove. Okay, I got you. More like a mitten at the ice skating rink. And see Jim Paschke and Marquez Johnson.
I don't know anymore. I just don't know. I'm like Tass. He loves to say Papa Giannis. Doesn't mean anything.
Oh, yeah, that one went like a million different directions.
Yeah, Jim's been there forever, and Ray was loved by the fans there, so I sort of think it's real.
I do too. Yeah, I do. It's again, it has so many tangents to that one, but and yeah, Paschke's he's featured in this a lot. I feel like too. So I'm going real. Yeah, but I've been horrible.
Who knows, man? The Bucks traded Kareem Abdul-Jabbar though. Wouldn't that be the worst trade in Bucks history?
He was Lou
Marcus
Alcindor.
Johnson would know about that.
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
But
maybe that's why he sort of then doubled down on deadline
Deal.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Our official vote is fake.
No, we're going real.
No, real, I think
We're going
real,
real.
Okay, good, because I think it's real too.
Okay, real. Yeah.
Papagiannis waiting to get back in the game.
I love saying Papagiannis.
Advice I can give him is get some sleep when you can.
The road all of a sudden will become your friend.
The road is your best buddy. Plane rides, all that.
Bucks fans remember, and they probably don't want to. 17 years ago tonight, Ray Allen was traded to the Seattle Supersonics for Gary Payton.
That really impacted you. You've mentioned that. You get some emotion.
It's the worst deal in Bucks history.
Every time you mention that,
It's the worst trade deadline deal in NBA.
You got the glove, Gary Payton. The glove
For 28 whole games.
It was like a weightlifting glove, kind of holes in it. And just a temporary glove. Okay, I got you. More like a mitten at the ice skating rink.
Good line.
Thanks to J.E. Skeets for sending that one in.
Wanted to lean you towards being real.
Nice one. But honestly, even like hearing about the weightlifting glove threw me off because I'm like, man, I've been in Tass's basement. I've seen those gloves.
Yeah,
He's got them.
Yeah, and I will say too, I sent that in. I was watching that game, obviously. I was like, I sent it to Tass, like, no, this might be funny. But then you even were confusing me because I don't remember the part where they're talking about Papa Giannis and all that. Like, I didn't really remember that part. It was more just that particular glove line.
you didn't transcribe it, and it still got in.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, and that took a lot of keystrokes there.
Well, you put the work in this week, and it paid off. I mean, I think that was our worst performance in terms of guessing.
I think it was all in our performance, JD, that threw him off.
Yeah, I think so too.
First one we were a little slow, but I think we really picked it up in 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
I need paper. I'm reading off this computer. It's not good.
You were great.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, man.
Is this another one? Are we doing?
Yeah, this is another one. And just a note there, Marquez Johnson, the Bucks color man, and also he's got his number retired in Milwaukee. He's got 6 kids, so he knows about kids.
Wow.
And Josiah Johnson is one of those children. Played at UCLA. He was in our NBA Twitter draft a little earlier this year. Trey took him because he is hilarious, and he's Marquez Johnson's one of his 6 kids.
Are the other 5 just as funny as King Josiah?
Marquez is a pretty funny guy. So,
that was a funny line.
He's got personality for sure.
He is. He is funny. Him and Jim do a wonderful job, and that's why they star in Say What.
Good week.
Good week, everybody.
Good week from the NBA broadcasters. No hate watching there either. All those guys having fun on the call. That's what I liked about it.
A lot of enthusiasm.
Thanks to those who sent in suggestions that didn't make it, like Enrique III and Abby W as well. Those were the only 2. So we're get some more in here, people. Let's get around. Make sure you check out our daily shows and our new YouTube channel as well. We will talk to you soon.